Okay, everyone, today is May 29th, and we are starting the last part of the last unit of uh, Math 20-2. And we'll start this with a short review as we usually do, and then we uh, move to the concept that covers the lesson. So on this example, we will find the slope of the line that contain those 2 points on the first case, A and B, and on the second one, E and F. So keep in mind that when we are talking about the slope is calculated as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where y is the y coordinate of the point and x are the x coordinates of the point, and 1 and 2 are the 2 points that we are dealing with. So in this case, we can say that this is x1 and this is y1, and this is x2 and this is y2, because we know that each point can be represented with a pair of x and y. So on the case when we have the point AB, then the slope will be 27 minus 15 over 5 minus 2. So 27 minus 15 in your calculator will be 12, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So the slope is positive 4. And on the second case, when we have point E and F, again, this will be x1 and this will be x2, y1, and this is x2 and y2. So now on the case of EF, the slope will be 9 minus negative 2 over 7 minus 3. What is important, which one are you assigning 1 and 2? It doesn't really matter. But as soon as you are assigning one of the points as 1, then the other one has to be 2. And when you are writing y1 minus y2, you have to save the same order at the x2 minus x1. So 2 minus negative 2, 9 minus negative 2 is 11 over 7 minus 3 is 4. And this is a decimal, but we can leave it as a fraction as well. Now let's convert now the following, keeping in mind that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Now I have a tendency, I'm a science and major, and then I have a tendency to explain what does that mean. So that means that if you have 1 kilogram, it's the same as saying that you have 2.2 pounds. Or if you have 2.2 pounds, that means that you have 1 kilogram. So use it as a ratio. Now we have 8.7 kilograms. We multiplied by 2.2 pounds over 1 kilogram. So kilograms are cancelled, and then the result will be whatever is in your calculator, 8.7 multiplied by 2, and this is 19.14 pounds. And on the case, when we have 45 pounds, we'll multiply it by the ratio of 2.2 pounds, 1 kilogram, like this. So pounds and pounds are cancelled out. You always will multiply it with a ratio to cancel what is given so that you reach what you want to convert it to. So in this case will be 45 divided by 2.2 equals to 20 point, you can say 45 kilograms. You can check this in your calculator as well. Now, Sam went to the store to purchase a dozen of eggs for $3.85. What is the unit rate? When we talk about the unit rate, what we keep in mind is that it is the price per 1 unit. So how much one egg will cost if we buy a dozen of eggs with $3.85. So that means that in order to find that, we'll have to divide $3.85 by 12, that is 1 dozen. So 3.85 divided by 12 is 0.32 dollars per 1 egg. So this is the unit rate or unit price. The price per 1 unit is the unit rate. Now let's suppose that we have a 4-liter jug of orange juice sells for $6.45. What is the unit rate for this? So if the same thing on this case, we'll find what is the price per 1 liter. So 6.45, that is the amount of money that you are spending for 4 liters, will be the unit price. Divide by 4 is $1.61 per 1 liter. Okay. Now Jennifer wants to run on the weekend, and she runs 12.2 kilometers in 2.3 hours. What is her speed in kilometers per hour? So when we say speed, they always have this, that speed is distance over time. So now Jennifer is running 18.2 kilometers per 2.3 hours. So 18.2 kilometers divided by 2.3 will be 7 point, and around it to the nearest 9/10 will be 7.9 kilometers per hour. So this is telling us that in 1 hour, Jennifer will run for 7.9 kilometers. Now, it is important to see what is the best price that you will purchase on something. And with nowadays going to the stores, you will, or different stores, then you will see different amount at different prices, and then you always wonder which one is the best deal that you will buy. When you are comparing the rates, is pretty much you are finding what is the best deal, and in order to do that, you will find the unit rate, which is the price per unit. So the price per 1 unit. Natasha can buy a 12-kilogram turkey from her local butcher for $42.89. The local supermarket has a turkey advertised in the weekly flyer for this much per pound. There are about 2.2 pounds in 1 kilogram. Which store has the lowest price? So now we will compare. So we'll start with the butcher, the unit price for the butcher, and we'll have 42 $42.89 in 12 kilograms. Okay, so now we'll have 42.89 divided by 12. This will be $3.57 per kilogram. But we don't want for kilogram, we want it for per pound. So see what it is now. $3.57 per 1 kilogram. And now knowing that in 1 kilogram we'll have 2.2 pounds. So kilograms and kilograms are cancelled. We can figure out that the price at her butcher is, the unit price at her butcher is 1.62 per pound. But at the local supermarket, the price will be 1.49. So the lowest one, the lowest price is at local supermarket. Jay can buy 25 pounds of bag of birdseed for 21.30 from the farmer's co-op. The pet store sells 18 kilograms of bag for 24.69. Which one will have the lower cost? Explain how. So we'll start with the farmers first. Farmers. $21.30 over 25 dollars over 25 pounds, and we'll have 21.30 divided by 25 is 0.852 dollars per pound. And now at the pet store, I'll have 24.69 over 18 kilograms, and then we'll have in 1 kilogram we have 2.2 pounds. So kilograms and kilograms are cancelled, and this will be the price per pound. So 24.69 divided by 18, and that is divided by 2.2. And we'll have the price will be 0.623, and there are some other more digits, but per pound. So the best price to buy, or the lowest cost, will be at the pet store. The following graph represents a trip Billy took while riding the bike. Calculate the slope of each line. So this is easy. For AB, for AB, the slope for AB will be 30 over 10 equals to positive 3. For BC, the slope will be 40 minus 30 over 20 minus 10. So will be 10 over 10 equals to positive 1. For CD will be, you can do 0 because it is kind of review from what we have done before, but even using the formula that we said at the beginning of the lesson, that 50 minus 20, so it will be 0 over 30, anything, and then DE will be 0 minus 40 over 70 minus 50. So minus 40 over 20 is equal to minus 2. The slope on a displacement, distance or displacement time graph represent the velocity of the object, during which interval has traveling the fastest and the slowest. The one that has the fastest, the highest number is the one that is the fastest one. So the fastest one is the time between A and B, and the slowest one is the last part, DE is the negative. Okay. 15 kilogram of Saskatchewan potatoes cost this much, 27.87. Determine the cost of 5 pounds of potato. So 27, that is the amount of money that you are spending for 15 kilograms, times in 1 kilogram we'll have 2.2 pounds. So this will give us the unit price, and this will be times 5 pounds. So 27.87 divided by 15, and this is divided by 2.2 and multiply by 5. This will be 4 point, rounded to the nearest 10, will be 4.22 per 5 pounds. This is how much money you have to pay for 5 pounds. Jeff lives in a town near the Canada-US border. The gas tank of his truck holds 90 liters. He can either buy gas in his town for this much money a liter, or travel across and fill it up with this much per gallon. Which option makes more sense, knowing that in 1 US gallon is 3.79 liters, and $1 is about 1.02 Canadian, which now is not that true, but it's okay. We'll take those numbers. So now, first of all, we have to convert everything in the same units. So you cannot compare unit prices if you are buying with US dollars in liters or Canadian dollars in gallons. So it has to be either US dollars in gallons or US dollars in liters, or Canadian dollars in gallons, Canadian dollars in liters. You cannot mishmash whatever Canadian and US money with liters and gallons. You have to compare the same thing. You have to compare apples and apples and oranges and oranges. So first one is $1.06 per 1 liter. Okay, so this is the Canadian price. Now, well, let's convert this US dollars into per gallon into Canadian dollars per liters. So we have the ratio here, 2.86 US dollars. Let's convert it into Canadian dollars. So 1 US dollars is 1.02 Canadian dollars. So this will tell us that 2.86 times 1.02 will be about 2.9172 Canadian dollars per 1 gallon. So now we'll have this, what is given, 2.9172 Canadian per 1 gallon. But on the other hand, what do we know is that 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. So gallons and gallons are canceled out, and then we'll have divide by 2.9172 divided by 3.79, and you will have 0.7697 Canadian dollars in 1 liter. So the best price to buy is in US, since we are dealing with 0.7, rounded it to whatever number to the nearest 10. If you round it 77, 0.77 Canadian per 1 liter versus 1.06 in Canada. Now, if you can work on those assignments, that will be amazing. And if you have any question, please let me know. This is the end of today's lesson, and we'll talk to each other on tomorrow.